Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nakram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Authorities will soon launch a nationwide registration of all undocumented immigrants. Warn that those who fail to comply will face deportation. The Home Affairs Ministry says victims of Sunday's explosion are recovering as the government advances prosecution and expands support for affected families. Huawei eKit Hub brings secure, high-speed technology to Guyana's businesses and public services. And the Ethnic Relations Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, has launched Guyana's first Harmony Club at Salamaris Primary, an initiative promoting peace, respect, and understanding among students. Authorities will begin registering all unregistered immigrants within weeks, and those who fail to comply will face deportation. This announcement came from Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken during a press briefing last evening. The issue of electronic identification cards and border security has drawn renewed attention following Sunday's deadly mobile gas station explosion, which killed 6-year-old Syria-born. Hicken said while immigrants are already monitored and registered at ports of entry, the new initiative will target those already living in the country who have not been documented.
While we've been monitoring them at the ports of entry as they come in, they register. I just want him to register as they comes into Guyana. But within the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to use another mechanism where we're going to ID all the immigrants that are in Guyana that are not registered, and so they are going to be registered through the process.
The main suspect in Sunday's explosion, Daniel Alexander Ramirez Piodomo, along with several accomplices, are Venezuelan nationals who entered Guyana illegally by boat on October 26th. Ramirez has been linked to a notorious criminal gang in Venezuela. Home Affairs Minister Onich Waldron said individuals who fail to register will face deportation and sanctions.
What we will do is for the persons who are in Guyana illegally, they will be given a grace period in which to come to register and have this EID card. This card, you will not be able to do anything, perform any, access any services, banking without this EID card for non-citizens. And they will be given a grace period. After that grace period is expired and you do not register and have an EID card, you will be taken out of the country and other sanctions will be implemented. That is the policy.
According to the Department of Public Information, the new electronic ID cards will clearly distinguish between citizens and non-citizens and will combine personal data into a secure digital and physical card used to access government and private sector services. Non-nationals without the card will not be able to access services in Guyana. While authorities roll out the immigration program, police are moving swiftly to prosecute the suspect in the deadly gas station blast. Authorities will seek the death penalty against Venezuelan national Daniel Alexander Ramirez Piodomo, who confessed to the deadly explosion that claimed the life of 6-year-old Syria-born and left 4 others seriously injured. Crime Chief Wendell Blanham said Ramirez entered Guyana illegally and detonated explosives hidden in a plastic bag before fleeing. Acting on intelligence, police arrested him Monday at Virgin Nusian Sideland Dam. Police Commissioner Hicken confirmed Ramirez faces charges, including terrorism.
Based on the evidence gathered thus far, detectives are establishing the elements to support the charges of Section 39A and 39B of the Criminal Law Enforcement, the Criminal Law of Offences Act, Chapter 801, which addresses act of terrorism and conspiracy to commit terrorism. Additionally, charges relating to murder, attempt murder, arson, malicious damage to property, and being actively pursued pending legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecution.
Home Affairs Minister Waldron expressed confidence that the death penalty will be applied if Ramirez is convicted.
The penalty for terrorism under the section as quoted by the Commissioner is death. And we will be pursuing that in the courts. We will be making a case for the death penalty.
Under Guyana's criminal law, a terrorist act resulting in death carries the death penalty, though no executions have occurred since 1997. Investigators are also examining whether Ramirez acted alone or as part of a larger criminal network. Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken described the case as a top priority investigation, coordinated at highest level of the police force. The suspect was tracked and captured through the combined efforts of the investigators and the Safe City Command Center, which used surveillance technology to trace his movements. Commissioner Hicken said the investigation remains active as authorities continue to probe the motive and any possible links to organized criminal activity. Meanwhile, families affected by the blast continue to receive care and support as the investigation unfolds. The Ministry of Home Affairs reports that the injured from the gas station blast, including 2 children, are recovering steadily under hospital care.
The adult is, first of all, they are all doing well, as can be expected. They are recovering. The 2 children have been able to start eating. They're still hospitalized and they're going to be kept in the hospital for a few more days. And the adult has a fracture and she's expected to be released in a day or 2.
The government has already begun delivering psychosocial support and welfare assistance to the families impacted.
We have assured, first of all, little Soraya's mother, her name is Samantha Bourne. I've spoken with her. We've given a pledged government support in whatever regards in terms of when she wishes to lay Soraya to rest and other kinds of support. We've already started and we've assured her, we'll continue to assure her of our support, and also in relation to the parents and the family of the 2 children who are hospitalized. It's a family unit, and we will continue to support. They're getting support through Human Services and the Minister of Education.
The investigation remains ongoing, with authorities expected to provide further updates as findings are confirmed. Officials are urging the public to rely on verified information and avoid speculation while the case proceeds. When returned, Ghana launches its first Huawei eKit hub to expand digital access. Minister Priya Manik-Chan engages local councils to boost service delivery, and major housing projects in Berbice move forward.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. Guyana has its first authorized Huawei eKit hub. The country has taken another major step in its digital transformation with the launch of the authorized Huawei eKit retail and distribution hub. Located at the Royal International Hotel and Mall in Georgetown, the store opens as part of Huawei's push to strengthen digital infrastructure in emerging markets. The eKit platform is aimed at small and medium-sized enterprises, providing affordable, secure, and high-speed technology for classrooms, hospitals, hotels, and homes.
When we first thought about bringing Huawei eKit to Guyana, we were driven, of course, by the opportunity to sell devices and technology. But significantly, this investment was a way to position ourselves alongside Guyana's current transformative trajectory, one defined by connectivity, infrastructure, growth, and, possibility, all principles that align with the brand. As the country builds roads and bridges, opens up new industries, expands communities, and prepares itself to participate more fully in a digital economy.
The hub will act as a central distribution point for products including Wi-Fi 7 access points, optical gateways, smart classroom systems, and digital surveillance tools, helping businesses modernize operations and improve efficiency. Huawei's global eKit network spans more than 100 countries, supporting innovation across education, healthcare, and tourism sectors.
You've seen all of the work we have undertaken as a government and continue to roll out as part of our digital transformation program, connecting our people from interland to coastland to ensure that they all have equal opportunities at having access to this wonderful world of information and communication technology. And in that sense, the partnership, Huawei's presence here is excellent news for Guyana. And we all have the opportunity of embracing the services. And for Guyana,
the launch event featured product demos, cultural performances, and networking sessions, highlighting Huawei's Smart Zone offerings. Government officials praised the project as a symbol of public-private collaboration, saying it will expand technology access and drive nationwide innovation. Yesterday, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manak-Chan, continued her nationwide outreach to local governance bodies, meeting with 6 neighborhood democratic councils, NDCs, in Region 3. The discussions focused on enhancing service delivery and rebuilding public trust at the community level. During the meeting, Minister Manak-Chan emphasized that these sessions are not for publicity, but are aimed at strengthening accountability and reconnecting with citizens directly.
These are not meetings so that we could get together and have photo ops. This is not what this is about. I want you to see me and know me as the Minister of Local Government. We are a team of servants of the people from Windsor Forest to the furthest end of the west bank of the Demerara. Because that's what we are. We are the servants of the people in our communities.
She emphasized that effective local governance requires teamwork, compassion, and open communication with constituents.
Today, I want you to go back with a resolve that the people of your community will trust you for good service, so that you build trust, that you establish trust between them and you as their first points of service in the community.
The meeting formed part of a nationwide outreach aimed at engaging all 70 NDCs across Guyana within the coming weeks. Significant progress is being made on housing projects at Overwinning, Glasgow, and Providence on the east bank of Berbice in Region 6. The projects, valued at around $14.8 billion, have been tendered and mobilized, with approximately 25 lots assigned to various contractors. The combined developments will accommodate close to 6,000 housing allottees, with infrastructure works already underway. During a recent site visit, Housing Minister Colin Crowell expressed satisfaction with the pace of development, saying the projects will transform the region's housing infrastructure.
We're talking about an investment here of close to $15 billion, in fact $14.8 billion. We're doing it in lots. We have good weather. There's no complaint about in terms of weather. They have access. The access road is being done because it's important to help with the load that is coming in. So from all ends that they have access, and we want expediency now.
He emphasized that maintaining project timelines remains a top priority as the ministry pushes for completion by the end of May 2026. By that time, all beneficiaries should be able to access or have their lots officially shown by surveyors.
All the lots have not been allocated. We still have available lots. And some of this is going to be reserved too for our future housing program. As I said, we want to encourage persons to be part of the housing program. We just don't want to allocate lots and have them be there and not being built. But I'm very pleased here. It's a lot of investment is now going in towards ensuring that those allocations that have been done, that persons can be able to access their lot when the time comes.
The developments mark a key step in advancing affordable housing and regional growth in Region 6. The Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, has launched Guyana's first ever Harmony Club at Stella Maris Primary School. The initiative is aimed at fostering religious education, teaching values of peace, respect, and unity, and creating a safe space for students to learn about one another. Chairman of the ERC, Sheikh Haq, explained the purpose of the Harmony Club and the benefits it brings to students.
The main objective of the establishment of the Harmony Club is to nurture the values of peace, love, unity, respect for each other. Most of our students would have learned these values at their respective homes, and some of them in their places of worship, and to complement what they have already learned, these good traits at our schools, that we have established the Harmony Club.
He further outlined plans to expand the program to 9 additional schools in Georgetown by the end of 2025 and eventually nationwide next year.
The pilot project is 10 schools in Region 4. This, of course, Stella Maris being the first, Currently, we are speaking with the administration of the 9 others, and we would like this to be concluded before the end of this year, 2025, so that we can learn from this as we expand this program now to the other schools of our country in the other regions of Guyana.
The launch of the Harmony Club represents a step toward building a culture of respect, inclusivity, and understanding in Guyanese schools, starting with Stella Maris Primary as a model for future expansion. Officials hope the program will not only impact students, but also influence families and communities by reinforcing values of mutual respect and cooperation. When we come back, the National Sports Commission recognizes Guyana's sporting stars, a thrilling T20 win for the West Indies, and Real Madrid takes UEFA to court over competition rules. Stay tuned, Ignite News continues after the break.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. The NSC prepares to honor Ghana's top athletes and coaches at its upcoming awards. The National Sports Commission, NSC, will host its annual National Sports Awards on November 8 to honor Ghana's top athletes, coaches, and officials for their achievements in 2024. The NSC committee has completed its review of submissions from national federations, ensuring transparency and merit-based selections. Director of Sports Steve Ninval commended the panel for its diligence in recognizing the country's best sporting talent. Among this year's nominees, footballer Omari Glasgow, Ghana's all-time leading scorer, stands out as Sportsman of the Year contender, following a stellar performance in the CONCACAF Nations League, where he captured both the Best Young Player and Top Scorer awards. He is joined by bodybuilder Nicholas Albert, Olympian Emmanuel Archibald, and cricketer Ashmead Ned. The Junior Sportsman of the Year nominees include athletes Kaden Prasad, Malkai Austin, swimmer Raekwon Noel, and chess prodigy Sachin Pitambar. Competing for Sportswoman of the Year are squash stars Nicolette Fernandez and Ashley Khalil, Taekwondo athlete Celie Peterson, and bodybuilder Rosanna Fung. Atalia Hickinson and Tiana Springer headline the Junior Sportswoman category. The West Indies pulled off another thrilling victory, defending 149 to seal the T20 International Series 2-0 against Bangladesh. Despite a shaky start with the bat, Shea Hope's fluent 55 and Alec Atene's brisk 52 guided the visitors to a competitive total of 149 for 9. Bangladesh began confidently with Tanzit Hassan's half-century, keeping their hopes alive. But regular wickets disrupted the chase. Musafizir Rahman and Nasoom Ahmed impressed with the ball, yet the hosts faltered under pressure. A decisive 3-wicket burst from Romario Shepherd and a tight spell at the death from Akil Hussain swung the match in the West Indies' favor, as Bangladesh were restricted to 135 for 8, handing the visitors a 14-run win. Guyanese's Romario Shepherd was named man of the match in the thrilling encounter. Real Madrid says it will seek substantial damages from the Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, after a Madrid court upheld a ruling that found UEFA, the Spanish Football Federation, and a legal guilty of anti-competitive behavior, after they blocked clubs from joining the failed European Super League. The Provincial Court of Madrid reaffirmed a May 2024 ruling, which followed a European Court of Justice decision in December, declaring UEFA's ban on the Super League unlawful. In a statement, Real Madrid said the verdict confirms UEFA's abuse of power and clears the way for the club to claim substantial damages under European Union competition law. UEFA, however, insists the judgment does not legitimize the Super League and defend its current authorization system, saying it ensures all cross-border tournaments are evaluated fairly and transparently. Still ahead, experts in Trinidad and Tobago urge calm amid tensions with Venezuela. The U.S. and South Korea strike a $350 billion trade deal, and in Gaza, a fragile ceasefire suffers under new Israeli airstrikes. Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago's former military chief is urging calm as tensions rise with neighboring Venezuela. Amid rising regional tensions, experts in Trinidad and Tobago are urging calm following Venezuela's decision to declare Prime Minister Kamla Prasad-Busesar persona non grata, a suspend gas agreements following the arrival of the U.S. aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford. Retired Brigadier General Carl Alfonso told CNC Trees, the Morning Brew, that there is no indication Venezuela plans to attack Trinidad, advising citizens to remain calm and cool despite the worrying developments. Dr. Kieran Niles, an international relations lecturer at the University of the West Indies, said relations between Port of Spain and Caracas are strained, though dialogue could resume depending on political shifts in Venezuela. He warned the U.S. naval presence serves as psychological pressure on Caracas and cautioned that any confrontation would be unwise. Niles urged leaders to plan prudently as uncertainty grows across the region. In international news, Donald Trump and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung have finalized a $350 billion trade and investment deal aimed at easing months of tension between Washington and Seoul. Under the agreement, the U.S. will cut auto tariffs on South Korean imports from 25 to 15%, a major boost for Seoul's car industry, which exports roughly a third of its vehicles to the American market. In return, South Korea will invest $200 billion in the U.S. in cash, capped at $20 billion per year, and another $150 billion through a joint shipbuilding partnership. Profits will be split 50-50 until the initial investments are recouped, with the U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick overseeing an investment committee to screen projects. The deal also includes assurances that South Korea's semiconductor exports will not face higher tariffs than Taiwan's. Trump hailed the breakthrough as a great session following months of stalled talks. His next stop is Busan, where he's set to meet China's Xi Jinping, predicting a good outcome and possible tariff cuts in exchange for Beijing curbing fentanyl exports. Finally, this evening, Israel says it has resumed the ceasefire, just hours after launching a new wave of airstrikes that killed more than 100 Palestinians across Gaza, including at least 46 children and 20 women. The Israeli military said the strikes targeted Hamas militants and weapon sites following an attack that killed an Israeli soldier. But Gaza's health ministry reported widespread devastation, with residential homes and camps flattened overnight. U.S. President Donald Trump defended Israel's actions, saying it hit back appropriately, but insisted the ceasefire remains intact, adding that Hamas has to behave. United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk condemned the strikes as appalling, reminding Israel of its duty to protect civilians under international law. Qatar's Prime Minister called the developments deeply disappointing, as Doha, Cairo, and Washington continue to push for peace. Amid growing fear and grief, displaced Palestinians said the overnight bombardment felt like the war had started all over again. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nakram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.